Hello, everybody. Just want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers, to Nobody Poor and Andy Public UK for supporting me and my channel. Finally been monetized. Finally, all bells and whistles will be coming, and hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more posting and make it more of a lifestyle. But if not, I'll still be vlogging myself getting a job or trying to get a job, and I'll still be vlogging myself trying to get fit, and I'll still be vlogging myself, in my day-to-day life. I know that I haven't really done much normal vlogging recently, but I think times have really shown what position we're in right now, when we've got patriots in prison, getting bullied in prison, committing suicide in prison, RIP Peter Lynch, and there's definitely a two-tier system in place in the UK at the moment. People are petrified of being lynched and thrown in prison for showing their faces in public with any sort of disagreement with Keir Starmer, the supreme leader of the Labour Party. And basically, it's down to us now, the civilians and the oddballs like myself, and just people out there who are sort of, not beholden by the career threats or the family pressures or the financial restraints associated with standing up against the tyranny. So even if it is a small contribution, even if it is me being daft or interrupting people when I'm interviewing and just being myself, this is my contribution as some sort of combative force against the cancel culture, against the anti-British rhetoric, against the anti-white narrative, and against anyone who is shitting all over this country but yet remains here and does nothing to change it other than moan and try and rearrange it to suit themselves, which is basically the opposite of what England's about. England is not just about England or the English, it's about principles, it's about characteristics, it's about social responsibility, and not in the eco sense or the vegan sense, in the sense of upholding common sense and law and order and social cohesion and civilities must always prosper over tribalism, deception, division, or misinformation, as it's also called. And I think that the number one culprits for this sort of war chant and war march is the extreme left. It is the Socialist Workers' Party. It is the Save Palestine from Israel and all that sort of stuff. All of these very extreme left-leaning charities and frameworks and being awarded places, all of these businesses and all these DEI directives are all to blame, and all these educators and lecturers and professors and teachers and primary school teachers and these HR departments who have been throwing us to the wolves for the sake of a very, very tiny minority to show off how fair they are, have in fact made it unfair for a lot more people than they've made it fair for. It is now unfair on the mass majority of the working British public who are contributing to their taxes, and they've got no voice whatsoever on the political spectrum. Otherwise, you'll be imprisoned. And from what we hear, these are prisons which are highly dominated by people who would like to hurt you if you want the best for England. Not because you're against them, anything other than shout what they feel or whatever it is. I mean, I do not condone any of the crimes that were committed by any of the rioters, and I certainly do not encourage anybody to take that course of action. And I suggest that, when it comes to voicing your concerns, you do it in a manner that is, politically correct. But you can still voice your concerns. That's the trick they haven't told you. All they're doing is chastising the manner and the words you choose. So how you frame your words and how you choose your words, you can still have the same objective, which is to rationalize and prioritize the country's agenda and the media's narrative to portray a more balanced and ethical, equitable situation for the great British public included. We've got to be inclusive. Are we included in this?